Hey there, real quick. So at the end of the show, please let me know in the comments what you think. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but please let me know, like, share, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Hello there. So here we go again. The dog decided to try to escape from the house that keeps him safe. And so we're gonna fix it again. So you need your trim, and it's always good to have drywall hanging around, extra drywall. You know, you sometimes holes appear. You need your tape measure, right? You need some tools. This right here is, you know, you're gonna have to cut around, you'll see. Some type of drill, right? You need a saw. You need Mountain Dew to keep you energized, okay? Mountain Dew, the flavor for you. And you need some spackling probably, liquid nails, I don't know, but maybe we'll need it. I don't know, we'll see. And you need a knife, okay? Maybe some sandpaper, and then of course the matching paint. So let's get to it and let's try to knock this out before the spouse comes home. Got to measure. This is why you need a square, okay? Sometimes it just helps. Okay. Now we're just gonna cut that up. Doesn't get straighter than that on a Friday night. And that's all right. You want to make a mess? Fuck the nails. There's a nail. Okay, make sure you clean that area out. This screw is still good. We can reuse that. I see another nail in there. When you clean this all out, after we're going to cut an area, and that's where we're going to replace the drywall. Make sure everything fits in there good. Okay, yeah, you don't want any of those garbage screws. So let's go ahead and clean this up. So remember, whenever you're working, you want to have a vacuum close by. That way you can clean as you go. Clean as you go. That's a good tip for you. Okay? When you're criticizing this video, you can't really criticize that. So a knife is very important to have. Drywall it can be easily cut with just a little razor blade knife. This knife costs about $5 over at Home Depot. But yeah, it gets the job done. It'll help you clean and scrape some of this unnecessary stuff that you don't need. So just get yourself a simple knife, but always when working with drywall, make sure you have a good knife. Oh yeah, let's continue. So, here's our square. Just like that. That's what we're gonna cut and replace. Okay, I will tell you, maybe you want to turn off the power because there's light switch here, but since I've done this same area before, I know exactly where things are, okay? So I know where it is. I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, but maybe you're not, so turn off the power that is right here. But I know where the stuff is. Rip that off. You got your other piece here. We're gonna fit in here. And looks like we're off by a hair. That's all right. That's when you take your razor and you just kind of shave it down. Or you can muscle it in there like so. Okay? Actually, I think that'll work. Nice and tight. We like it tight. So I saved the screws. This is where the stud is. And this will go over that. We're going to take our spackle and spackle over it. Should look all right. As long as I keep the light off, I don't think my wife will know. Okay, so like I said, we're hammering finish nails in here. This way this thing really stays in there. And yeah, you got little hammer marks, but that's why you got a little wood putty. We're gonna put the wood putty spackling on and then let it dry and then just paint over it and just, you know. Let's do it. Okay, so I got the spackling. My freaking I can't even think. But it's too big. It's okay to get your hands dirty when you're doing carpentry. So just spreading this on like that. And the thing about this stuff is when it dries, it will shrink. So that's why you gotta wait for quite a few hours. Let it shrink. And then you can sand it and go back over it. But yeah, I'm in a rush. And so just plug up these holes. And we'll sand over it, try to blend it in. Maybe you came on YouTube and you're looking for, how to, fix something like this, right? Maybe I'm not the best, but that's all right. Maybe you're not the best. But, hey, when you're in a rush, what can you do, right? We're getting the job done, it's patched, and I think it might work out. Nice and smooth. I'll put wood glue over that anyway. Or wood putty. As we're running, you're pushing it in to fill all those cracks. See this? Who cares? Because you're going to sand over it anyway. Plastic wood, okay? Plastic wood. So this stuff is pretty cool. When it dries white. Okay, it's pink right now, but when it dries white. So you know it's done. I love it. Not too bad. You can put this on a lot of stuff. See these little nail holes from when we hammered it in? Fills in all the gaps from the hammer, from the nail, any imperfections. After it dries, you just sand over it and then you paint it. Okay, now we're just sanding. You got a little sanding block. About 220 grit for the sandpaper. You just sand it down. You get ready to have your vacuum ready to clean up your dust. Wax on, wax off. And just sand until it's nice and smooth. Okay. So here we are. It's all sanded. I took a brush and I brushed it off, make sure there's no dust on here. And I found my old bucket of paint, and it's paint, so I put my drill in there with a mixer and mixed up the paint. You want to do that right now. Just gonna paint over this and then hope for the best, right? That's all we can do. So please, at the comments, tell me if you think my wife will notice. Okay, please tell me. I don't think my wife is gonna notice. Oh. Stupid dog. Did you do that? The next time you get a dog, you gotta remember sometimes they mess up. But he promises me he's never gonna do that again. All right, shake. Yeah, he shakes on it. He promises. Anyway, subscribe, and please let me know in the comments if you think my wife is gonna notice. I don't think so. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep the lights off.